Thank you. A target date for the completion of an integrated community sustainability plan hasn't been established by Council, and I don't think I'm prepared to set a deadline for its completion as of yet. However, I believe Council, in conjunction with the town committees, provincial agencies, staff, and if necessary, appropriate expert consultants from outside, should set a budget for and begin the process in the first year of Council. Data collection and public consultation will be a necessary part of this project. The final outcome will be an achievable, affordable plan that has widespread public support. Now, the one thing I would just add to that is we just completed a review of our official plan that took over 3 years. I would consider this plan perhaps to be even more complex. I'm not saying it's going to take 3 years, but I think if we want to have the public buy into this in general, we can't move ahead, plow right ahead immediately. We have to be able to know what we're doing. We have to do it right the first time.
In the very near future, that the revenue from gas tax is going to be dependent on having a sustainability plan. So I think it's absolutely imperative that we do come in with a sustainability plan. However, as others have already said, our OP and our zoning hasn't been approved yet, so we can't move forward with it until that approval takes place. And it's also going to be a very lengthy process, and a lengthy process where we use consultants. And lengthy and consultants is synonymous with a lot of money. And what that tells me is that when we have to bring in consultants that are specialists in the field of sustainability, and we'll have to do that because we don't have them on staff. We have a lot of support people on staff that can help, but we still need the specialists. I think it's going to be a budgeting issue, and I think that probably we should start budgeting in 2011, 2012, and we can start the plan in 2013. We can probably finish by 2014. And what resources would we use? As I've already said, that we would use a consultant for this process. And what we normally do is we send out an RFP, a request for proposals, and we get to detail in the proposal what we want from the consultants. And the consultants, we would tell the consultants there has to be a public process involved. And we all know that we're going to have to involve many, many agencies and just different governing bodies. But I also want the public to be involved because this is very, very important. It's like our OP, or it's like just the plan the community improvement plan we did for the tannery. And I would suggest that what we do is we use the same format as we did with the tannery, where we set up workshops so people can come in and do. It gives us hands-on input into the plan and develop a plan that we can take back to council and get approved by the minister.
I'm going to be completely frank with you. I'm not familiar myself with the sustainability plan. So obviously the first thing I'm going to need to do is get familiar with that to ensure that whatever deadlines have been already set out. I understand there hasn't actually been any deadlines put into place, but we need to ensure, as Martin Partner said, that that's one of the first things that we do as a council, a new council. I mean, we're supposed to be going in a new direction here, right? So obviously what we need to do is we need to ensure that we are all on board, all of us, everybody in this room, from us here to the county to the rest of the town. There has to be a buy-in from the public first and foremost before we consider spending the money necessary to implement this plan. You know, we talk about consultants, but first we need to consult you. We need to determine from you just how far you're willing to go. What monies are you willing to spend to ensure that we have a sustainable future here? And in a sustainable town, as I said, not just now, but into the future. You know, I would encourage developers and citizens alike to use the most cost-effective and energy-efficient methods for consumption and distribution of our water, of our hydro, even your own waste. You know, a number of companies have come into the area of late. One wants to build a plasma gasification facility in Port Hope, and they're gonna take our garbage and they're gonna turn it into usable energy. All right, I mean, these are plans that we need to focus on. That's part of economic development as well. I mean, we need to make sure that we're bringing industries into this community that are buying into our sustainability. So that when we do set those targets, or I hope immediate, or 2013, I believe is what the times have been bandied about. The reality is here, we need to ensure our air quality as well as our place here in the community. And we need to make sure that it grows with us in the direction that we all want, which is sustainable. We need to make sure that, you know, if we are spending money on the sustainability program, that we're not frittering it away as you know, people would like us to do for consultants. I'm sure there are enough people in this room that we can consult with for a first public consultation before we determine exactly where and how we want our sustainability to move forward. And that's what I think.
The 4 pillars of the integrated Integrated Community Sustainability Plan are economic, environmental, social, and cultural, and they are interrelated, and all four must be addressed in the ICSP. I believe our recently revised official plan is a good place to start. It does refer to the ICSP, and I would recommend that budget funds be set aside over the next 2 or 3 years. The plan requires intensive and extensive public consultation. We also need to look at the way that we carry out our capital and operating projects. And I believe that I would aim for the ICSP to be completed by the spring of the last year of this council term. That would accommodate a number of extensive consultations. In a report from the federal government in 2005, there were some benefits that were identified, and these included cost savings, enhanced capacity to meet community needs, a strong and creative community, managing change more efficiently, more effective policy development, greater community cohesion, stronger regional links, and staying relevant. So I think the sooner that we start work on this, the better, and it is very important. As far as funds, perhaps we could look at the gas tax monies, perhaps also some of the dividends from our utility company could be designated, but in any case we should be working towards it.